All right, looks like we're live. Hello, everybody. My name is Russ.
And I'm Kerry.
And we are the Roads We Roam.
Now, we had hoped to be outside. We're in Hartsville, Tennessee. However, Russ is still not feeling very well, so I am sitting in a sweltering RV at the thermostat set at 78 because he's cold.
It feels still a little chilly to me in here, though. But it's cold out there. I mean, it may look nice and sunny, but it's cold out there.
It's nice out. However, thank you so much for joining us. We are full-time RVers, and we come to you every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, where we have a group chat. And if you have any questions about RVing, full-time RVing, YouTube channels, feel free to just chime in whenever that question pops in your head, and we'd be happy to answer it. I also love to greet people as they get into the room, so we're going to check and see who's here.
So don't forget, we also do this every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern as well, if you can't make Sundays.
Yes, that we call Friday Night Wine, and this is our Coffee with Kerry and Russ.
Yeah. All right, so who do we have here?
Miss Donna Delahanty is in the room.
Cheers, Donna, everybody. You probably already know this and you probably get tired of me telling you this, but if you're new here, Donna is our lead moderator. She does a great job keeping us on track, getting rid of some of the trolls. We have had them in the past, which is a badge of honor because we never got them before. But give Donna some love because she does so much for our channel, and we're so grateful she's here.
She really does. She made a comment that she got here super early. They don't have the time change there in Phoenix. We were just talking about that before the show. Ever since we've had these handy-dandy little cell phones, time changes really haven't been that problematic. I remember the days where you'd have to go through the whole house and reprogram the microwave and the stove and the VCR. The dang VCR was always the problematic one.
Yeah, nowadays, man, the phone does everything. All the stuff is usually smart stuff now, so the TV adjusts everything. So
now, Bob and April, 777 Crepbo, they just popped in and said hi earlier. They've got some family coming by. But if you catch us later on,
cheers, guys. Thanks for joining us.
We also have Dave and Susan from Stop Eat Explore.
Dave and Susan,
They've
we
popped
just
in the room.
Talked to them this morning on the phone, so glad you guys are with us today.
Howling Fun RV Adventures made it. Yay!
Hey, thanks for joining us.
They've been trying for a while, and they finally made it, so
awesome,
glad you guys can make it.
Well, we do it twice a week, so keep trying.
Liz DC1 is here.
Liz,
hey,
I haven't
Liz.
seen her in one of these for a while.
I know.
I've been following her adventures on the Little Guy Max Facebook page, though. So.
And I love her Instagram. John is here from Silver State K9.
Hey, John, cheers.
Hey, John. And then we have Lewis and Katie from
guys.
Rosebuds Travels.
Yep.
Vinny Mozzarella. What's up, guys?
Hey, man. Thanks for joining us.
If I don't get a chance again, happy Veterans Day. Oh, thank you, Vinny.
Thank
That's
you.
so sweet
Much appreciated.
of you.
It was an honor.
And that's all who's spoken up so far. So I'm caught up on that. Oh, nope. Here we go. Learning as We're Living is here. Hi from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah, I saw they were passing through. Yeah, we're going to be heading through Chattanooga on our way down to Savannah. So if you guys are around, I don't know. We probably won't stay there. I think we're going to overnight in like the Manchester area, right?
Well, that's the tricky thing. So we want to hit the beaches and work our way down. So maybe somebody here in the room would have some suggestions for us. We don't have a tow vehicle. So wherever we go, we have to be able to fit our Class A so that way we can get access to the beach. So either a campground right out on the beach, relatively close, anywhere from Savannah down into Florida. Anybody with ideas that can get us right down on the beach, let us know. Would love that information.
Yeah.
Unstable, new Tab 400 owner.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Hey, cheers. Thanks for joining us. Great little rig there. I know you probably already follow them, but a great channel to follow in those tabs are Travels with Delaney. Patrick and Patty put up so much good information. Heck, they probably found us through Patrick and Patty. But if you aren't aware of that channel, check that channel out. They have great information out there.
And I love your channel because the Unstable just so happens to have the TAB in it for tab, and the TAB is all in caps. So very clever with that. I like that.
Nicely done.
Jurgen's Journeys. Happy Sunday, everyone.
We're just watching his video this morning.
Yeah,
and
he's going through Sparta and
yes.
some of the other places in North Carolina. Rotten Bear was playing in the water.
Yep.
Abby and Rotten Bear would have a lot of fun together.
I think so. Yeah, great channel there too.
We have Roy Holton from Pilot Mountain, North Carolina.
Cheers, Roy.
Stopping to Explore said, Lulu stepped on the channel changer. We had to start all over again.
Uh-oh.
I hate it when that happens. Lewis outside. Hello, happy Sunday. Taking care of my honeydew list, but stop by for a few minutes to say hi.
Awesome, Lewis. Thanks for joining us, man.
Here's a loophole on that. Watch our live stream on your honeydew list, and now you're working. See how that works?
I don't think the honey put that on the list. I think the honey's got to put it on the list for it to work out.
Oh, and so with Russ not feeling well, Dad had gone to Georgia for the weekend, so we were house sitting, dog sitting,
Mm-hmm.
and Russ and I had started a project the other day, helping Dad trim this massive tree in his
Your
backyard.
dad started it, and we had to finish it. It's too big for the products that we had, the tools we had, but Kerry and I kind of hammered away on it day by day, but I felt real bad because I started getting real sick yesterday. I'm manning up for the show right now.
Yes, this is the most energetic he's been in the last 48 hours.
But anyways, Kerry, you did, I would say, about 2/3 of that all by yourself down there.
My muscles.
So, yeah, I give you a lot of credit there. Good job, babe.
We will take pictures. I'm going to take video of it, and we're going to sneak it into our What's Up Wednesday segment.
Yeah, that big pile.
So y'all can see I have 4 piles because I separated it all by different branches.
Yep.
And yeah, that was a lot of cutting, and I only had
with subpar tools. It's not like we had all the best stuff.
I had this little electric hedge clipper
yeah,
to
I
cut
know.
it down, but I got it done. So, Liz DC, which direction for beaches? Gulf Coast or East Coast? East Coast.
East Coast. We're going to be
For
heading,
now.
but then we'll be on the Gulf Coast. So if you want to get ahead of the game, Liz, you can let us know.
Mike and Trina from the Montana Project.
Hey, cheers, guys.
Hi.
We just sent out you a...
Finally. It's been months.
You know that's one of our worst things is getting stuff out. But we had picked something up for you guys when we were in Montana. And that... I know we said, oh, we're going to do it. It's been packed in for about like 2-3 months, but it actually went to the post office yesterday and was sent out yesterday. So you should be getting a package from us, guys.
We have Miss Stacy Forrest. Happy Sunday. Time for some
Stacey.
wild huckleberry white chocolate hot cocoa
Oh,
with
that
a
sounds
shot
good.
of Bailey's.
Wow.
That's my girl.
I might take a shot of Jack and then go to take a nap
And
after
with the
this.
honey.
Yes.
Who was telling us that? I think it was Bill Cade. Friday night was telling you when you were first starting to come down with stuff.
Oh, yeah, and then Susan over the phone said Jack Daniels honey is the way to go. So yeah, I'm gonna take a shot of Jack. I don't have any honey, but well, we've got things. I'll take Jack and honey and see if I can go to bed.
And we've got William from Camper Life. Hey, William.
Cheers, William. Thanks for joining us, man. I see William is just starting a Facebook page. He's been over on our The Roads We Roam Facebook page. So I got to swing over there, William, and follow you, man. Yeah, a Facebook can be a little clunky to navigate, but you'll pick it up real quick. But I'm going to swing over there, jump on your Facebook page, and follow you.
I'm right there with you, William. If anybody notices, I don't do much on Facebook. That is just not my
Yeah, I don't even think
platform.
I don't even think you have an account anymore.
No, I do have an account, but I really am not active. The only thing that I felt comfortable somewhat, and it's only because you set me all up on it, was the super secret Facebook page where I can
so you'll pop in there and leave
But
posts.
other than that, I don't even have the app on my phone. I've got to log in through the computer on that. So I do have to bring up something. William made me laugh. He made a comment on one of our videos. So you did the silicone ceiling video last Saturday. And this Sunday you did winterizing.
Yeah, hold on. I got to turn this off. It's getting hot in here.
And thank you. So William had said, I watched your video on silicone ceiling, and then my rig gets a leak. So you're doing winterizing. I'm waiting for my pipes to burn.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. Next week I'm doing a backed up black tank that overflows into. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. But yeah, I hope that doesn't happen to either, William.
Well, okay, there's a disclaimer that he wasn't following our tutorials. He had already done his silicone and
Yeah,
sealing.
and then it just happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
But see, had he watched your silicone, maybe it wouldn't have happened.
I don't know.
There
that
we
was
go.
more of a lap
But
sealant
I did get
issue.
a really good laugh from your comment, William.
Yeah, I looked at it. That was more of a lap sealant issue because it was up on the top of the rig there. And I got to agree with you, William. I think that it looked like it was coming from there. I can't remember. I watched the whole video, but I can't remember if that stopped it. So let me know if that stopped it or not.
Now, I can't remember who made a comment on the winterization video that you put out yesterday. But somebody had said they live in California.
Oh, yeah.
When are you supposed to winterize? Or what area?
Exactly. They said what state. You know, they're from California. They just kind of drain all the lines and that sort of thing, which is fine. I mean, there are several different processes. I know a lot of people, they just take it, you know, they'll drain everything out and then they'll hit an air compressor in the lines, blow the lines out. I think Chris does that from S.A.S.E. with Stacy. So whatever works for you is fine. But especially in California, there's not a lot of freezing temperatures, so I think that would be easily done. And really, if we were living in this area, I wouldn't have even winterized it.
So I think the rule of thumb is if you're in an area that doesn't freeze,
well,
you don't necessarily
even that. If you can get the lines dry, bone dry, you don't have to worry about putting that antifreeze in there because there's nothing to freeze. But yeah, I mean, either way works. I just go with putting stuff into lines because we're not using it. Chris made a very good point when he said the reason why he drains it and then blows the air out or blows the system out with an air compressor is because when he wants to hit the road again, you know, like here in Tennessee, one day it's 60, the next day it's in the 20s. So if he wants to take it out in the 20s, all he's got to do is drop some water in it and he can go camping again. Instead of having to drain all the antifreeze out. So, you know,
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Jurgen's Journey says he does the air compressor as well.
Yep. A lot of people do that. I think it's fine.
And, yeah, Camper Life said, LOL, no black tank here. Yeah. That's right, because I think they went to a... what do they call it?
Composting toilet.
Composting toilet. We're talking about air compression.
Yeah, I don't know if they did or not.
Toilet.
But yeah.
I don't know about that. Oh my goodness. This will drive me to go check out Facebook today. Rotten Bear has his own Facebook page.
Uh-oh. We're going to have to go follow.
Everybody is going to go check out Rotten Bear's Facebook page after.
Yes.
Rosebud's Travels, they're still camping.
I notice Rotten Bear likes to play in the water a lot. Whenever he takes him out walking and stuff, you always see him playing in the water.
Donna said she likes the air compressor method as well.
Yeah, and especially, you know, they're in these areas that don't get too awfully cold. Like she's in that Arizona area.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I would go that route too if I didn't have to worry about it freezing so much. Or if I was even on site, I might do it. But since we're leaving the little guy Max here and we're hitting the road, I would just rather get some stuff in there. Because here's another thing that helps with. If you saw my video that I put out last Saturday, the winterization, or was it this Saturday?
This Saturday.
Okay, this Saturday, the winterization, I fill the bowl with that antifreeze in the toilet area, and I leave that there because that seals, or that
keeps
lubricates the seal there. So you may want to just do that. You know, if you're not going to be taking it out much, drop some antifreeze in there, or drop some water. Well, I wouldn't do water because it might freeze. Pour some of the RV Marine antifreeze in the bowl. That way it seals that, or it lubricates that seal.
I agree. That sounds good. Howling Fun RV Adventures said, we had a line burst in our cappuccino machine last winter. I drained the water out of the tank, but I didn't think about the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like when you're winterizing. If you saw that video that I do, I run every line. And you, even beyond that, you have to think, okay,
anywhere else there might be
the
water.
cold and hot water are different lines. So you've got to run both of those lines separately. So you run the cold until it runs pink, turn it off, run the hot until it runs pink. But yeah, that's just to get that antifreeze in all the lines all the way up through the system. And
you know, that's one of the reasons why we did that. Even though it was for little guy Max, it's applicable to pretty much any other type of RV.
Yeah, the idea is the same.
But I thought that I had gone through and opened up and drained as much out of the lines before we started doing the video. I obviously missed the cold water one because when he did the hot water, the pink came through very quickly. And then when he did the cold water one, you notice that it ran clear for a while before the pink came through. And that's because I had not emptied that line before we had started the whole process.
Yeah.
So it's a good double check method.
Yep.
Bill Cade is here.
Hey, Bill. Thanks for joining us, man.
He is making some apple butter today.
Awesome. Wow.
I love apple
that's
butter.
good stuff.
That is very good stuff. And I bet you if Bill's making it.
We had a good time hanging out with Bill. We just got a super chat here from...
Supporting the most unselfish channel in the RV community. Thank you, guys. Cool dog in the background, Bob and Debbie.
We got Billy ears for you guys. Again, Bob, thank you so much. Bob is also one of our Tier 3 Patreon members, so you don't have to do that, but we do greatly appreciate it.
We do.
Swing over, check out Bob's channel, Blue Wave Odyssey, Bob and Debbie's channel,
Yep.
Blue Wave Odyssey. They got to do something that I think you want to do. This last one was St. Petersburg area in Florida, and she made this little pumpkin at a glass blowing thing. She actually got to help, do it.
I would totally love to do that.
And she said, Blue Wave, or Bob said, hey, that's a great thing. She says, that Debbie made, and she said, well, I had a little bit of help. And Blue Wave said, well, still. And I was like, right. I mean, that's amazing that you were able to do that, Debbie. I think it was it came out
I gotta
beautiful.
Check I saw the horse one
the
other day. It's almost like we kind of
we trade back and forth. Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go back in and check that one and get caught up on that.
Check out Blue Wave Odyssey's channel. We love Bob and Debbie.
And if you haven't yet, give him a subscribe there. He's so close to 1,000.
Yeah, he's right there. If we could push him over 1,000 today, that would be fantastic.
Oh, they're the best people ever, and I can't wait till we can get down in Florida and meet up with them.
Yep.
We have Stacy Forrest said, Jurgen, I'm subbed to Rotten Bear's channel.
Yeah, we're gonna come over and get subbed over there too.
DFAM is here. Diary of a Family.
Hey Garrett, thanks for joining us, man.
They are here. And we were talking about you guys on Friday night, too.
Yeah, somebody had asked about how to start a YouTube channel. And since they were in our channel, we figured, hey, it's probably an RV related or camping related. I know that they have a channel there. So we sent them over your way. And told them, hey, this is an RV related how-to YouTube channel. So hopefully you picked up a sub from them.
JT and DT, howdy
hey
from the West Texas town of El Paso. I always get that song in my head now. I won't sing.
So we have roots in West Texas, El Paso. My office that I work for is in El Paso, and obviously you know that. But we'll be going through because I have to do some work at the office, probably February, March time frame-ish. But we'll have to get together and hang out.
Oh, yes, we will. And maybe some of the cobbler. I think they made the cobbler the one time in their little guy Max.
Yeah.
That looked really good. Living Good Life RVing, Monique and William, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Hope your Sunday is better. I know Friday you had a rough week, so hopefully your weekend's been better for you.
Yeah, they made a funny comment on the winterization. They're like, I can't believe you put that stuff in your mouth, Russ. I don't know. Maybe that's where this cold came from. It tasted like Windex.
No, see, you know what it was is when we did our walkthrough, when we picked up our little guy Max, the guy that was doing our walkthrough did that, and it stuck in our head like, oh my gosh, I was just as nervous. But then as we researched it and found that it's non-toxic, so that way when you do drain, if some of it gets on the floor, if a dog happens to lick up a little bit of it, you don't need to freak out or anything. Now, would I let Russ drink that? No.
I wouldn't do it either. No. I'm not going to stick my finger in there and do it again, ever again. It is nasty. It tastes like Windex.
And this is a guy that when he worked K-9 in the Air Force, he would sit there and sample all of the dog treats or the dog food to make sure that it was okay.
Yeah, well, I was a dog handler. Those dogs are our partners. They
needless to say, I wouldn't kiss them for a little bit after that.
They basically, they're there to risk their lives for us, and I want to make sure that they're getting good quality food. So I always checked I tried the dog food, I tried the dog treats, all of that stuff.
So you do know that he was never allowed to criticize my cooking after that. That was my one.
Well, I think in our Cloudcroft video, I eat crickets. The dried crickets.
Yeah, that's not going to happen with me.
I think that's our first video. I think the Cloudcroft video was our very first video. It might be.
I think our little guy tour was first.
I don't know. I don't know.
Roy and Becky's Travels are here with
Hey guys,
us today.
thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Happy Sunday.
Yes.
And we have Rosebuds. Are you still Escapees members? Yes.
We are. Yeah.
We are. So if you have any questions, let us know.
Do you remember our number?
It's like 145433. It's down in the description below, though.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to find out more information about Escapees, go in the description below. It's already there right now. And if you sign up, use our member number. Doesn't really give a discount, but we get a little
Bragging
lamplighter.
rights. Yeah, we get lamplighter pins, and so the more people that you bring in, the different pins you get. So I love those things, man. I'll wear mine proudly when I go around. We've already got the first level of it.
Yep.
So yeah, if you join Escapees, use our Escapees code. Like Kerry said, it doesn't give us anything. Yeah, just our number. It doesn't give us anything except bragging rights, but bragging rights are awesome things.
So Paul Chamberlain is here.
Hey,
RV
cheers,
Reviews
Paul.
by the Air Force guy. Paul, I have a bone to pick with you because you put out this amazing video on this Super C. It's a 2017 used one.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I've got to hide him from that because he'll want it and he'll probably call you up and try to work out a deal.
Yeah. That's like, I mean, if you've got an addiction or you've got a weakness to something, it's like waving it right in front of your face, man.
So
because I love those Super Cs.
Yeah, if anybody's looking for one, check out Paul's latest video because it's a used model. It's 2017, but it's beautiful.
We could probably get that.
Yeah, we can't get that. We can't get
Darn
that.
it. Keep trying. Keep trying.
Oh, wait, I missed something. RV Reviews by the Air Force guy said, congratulations, Liz, on your wedding.
Huh.
Liz DC?
I don't know. I think she's married
Or
already.
a different Liz.
Yeah, might be somebody else.
Okay, Paul, comment again below. Let me know. So, JTDT, so my plan to get an earworm has worked.
Okay. I have no idea what that is.
So, I'm just catching up here. Oh, Liz DC said, Paul, that was 9 years ago. They just asked about Florida beaches. So, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think she's been married for a while, but I wasn't 100% sure, but.
So Liz said she watched our tour that we did of Little Guy Max as her very first Roads We Roam video.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, Liz has been around for a while. She's been following for a long time, so.
Oh, my goodness. Donna Delahanty's uncle. Yeah, her Uncle Joe. This guy must be a character. He would pass out chocolate-covered ants and bees at the holidays, and she always enjoyed them. That got me thinking, like, with Halloween, what would happen to your house if you were giving out, like, chocolate-covered bugs to the kids?
Yeah, who knows, man?
It's healthy.
Probably a trick. Probably a trick. I'm feeling a trick.
Deborah Cadabra.
Hey, Deborah, thanks for joining us.
Late getting here, we'll have to catch up. Well, I'm glad you could join us, Deborah. Yeah, Paul said the Super C is a beast. It's beautiful. It's white with red and black.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't watched it. I saw it, and I'll probably watch it just for you to give you that view there. But my goodness, man, I love those Super Cs. If money weren't an option, it would be a Super C.
Well, Forgotten Winter has a Super C.
Yeah, they've got a beautiful
They have
Super
a
C.
really, really nice one. And, that's one of the things that, we had joked about it before, but that had been their goal for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
And they saved for it.
10, 15 years.
That is like laser focused. This is our goal. We're going to do it. And this is how we're going to get there. And I commend them for that. And it was well worth the wait because they have a beautiful rig.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty cool Super Cs on the road. We saw that Super C toy hauler in Vegas at the Sam's Club KOA, which was pretty cool.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, and then you just see them all over the road. They're great rigs. I love Super Cs.
Now, Camper Life said Escapees is offering a big discount on Battleborn batteries now as well, which, if you're looking for new batteries, they are the way to go.
They're pricey up front, but they're I think if you do a price comparison over the longevity, you're going to be saving quite a bit of money going with a Battleborn.
Not only that, but they're significantly lighter than a traditional battery.
Yep.
And they're just amazing. I sat in on a seminar when we went to one of the Escapees get-togethers.
Yep.
And they had Battleborn reps there, and they they talked about the history of the company and their product. And so if you can afford it, I agree. Go with Battleborn if you can, and it will be well
Yeah,
worth
I
it.
think though if you've got a small rig like a little, Tab or a little guy Max or something like that, you probably don't need that unless you're really trying to live off the grid, But if you've got a bigger rig like us with our solar and that sort of thing, you probably want to. I think, and I don't know, so maybe somebody who understands batteries a little better than me will chime in here, but I think those lithium batteries are a little bit more forgiving. You don't have that memory. Like if you run
Right.
these down below zero, you've damaged, or down below half, you've damaged your battery already. Whereas those lithium ones, you can run them all the way down, bring them right back up. They don't have any memory, so you're not going to damage them, I think.
Yes.
So somebody who knows for
That
sure.
was, that was my understanding
Yeah.
from the conversation that they had. Now, not that we could. I think we have 3 batteries that get hooked up to our whole inverter solar system.
Yep.
And we've noticed the last, I don't know what it was,
Yeah,
month or so.
Well, ever since we had our battery box redone, we've noticed a drop in efficiency. So I don't know. I'm going to have to look at that and see if they weren't wired up well, or maybe we just ran them down too low too many times, and we've got to look at getting the batteries redone, because we don't have lithium. I thought we had lithium just because of what we could do in here, but we don't. We have AGM. So we're probably in the market for some lithium here.
So now Escapees has a sale on them. We should look into that. Escapees also offers a whole slew of discounts and different benefits that you can get. So you can check under member benefits underneath there. I am like a couponaholic, so whenever there is something that we're going to buy or go stay somewhere, I always scour and look for discount codes, and that is one place that's come in handy a couple of times.
All right, catching up on
Paul
some
said
chats.
the Super C can only tow 20,000 pounds, so it might not be enough for you guys.
Oh, that's all, huh? Yeah, okay.
That's it. Jeez, 20,000 pounds. Just to give you guys an idea, if you're not familiar with it, our Class A is 16,000
Yeah.
dry.
Yep.
So it could, imagine that, have the Super C and tow this.
No.
And then tow the little guy.
Nope.
Because we'd be well with it. 16,000 and
No.
3,800
Okay.
for the little guy.
Pressing on, that's just silliness. Because
I
when
would have you do it down a straightaway.
when we were
just
towing
for
the little
heck of
guy
it.
Max, this was only getting 6 miles per gallon.
Blue A said, Russ, we checked out your other channel. Very cool.
Yeah, that would be my metal
Aqua Digger?
detecting channel, Aqua Digger. Yeah, I changed the name from Viral Depot to Aqua Digger because I'm going to be refacing that channel. Going to be doing some different types of hunts, more in the water. That's why we're looking for coastal stuff. So if you guys have some coastal ideas to hit up, let us know. But yeah, that's a pretty big channel. That's about 18,000 subscribers on that channel.
Yeah, a whole bunch of different things, but now you're going to be getting more focused, and you really haven't done any of your hunts in a while on that one.
Yeah, it's mostly been news, treasure in the news stuff there. But
So Donna said since she joined Escapees, every interaction she's had with anyone has been
oh
excellent.
yeah, they're a fantastic group, great people there. I highly suggest it. We learn a lot. The one thing that I like is they have their annual meetups, and at their annual meetups, they have all kinds of services, all kinds of free classes that you can go to. I'm looking forward to getting Boone through their Smart Way program, where we'll know the exact height. I already know the exact height because we measured that a little while ago, and we think we know the weight, but they go to a different level in their Smart Way program. When you pull on, they'll tell you exactly what the balance is. They'll say, okay, this axle, the front tire has X amount of pounds on it, the front driver's side has X amount in the back, and they'll say, try shifting stuff around. They'll say you need more in the front, or you need more in the back left, or that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to getting there, because you don't only have to go to these events. If you go to some of their big campgrounds, like the one in Livingston, they have that Smart Way program. We're going to go there. The whole reason we joined Escapees was for their mail service, though.
Yeah, that was our initial reason, but now we found
But
so
there's
many
so
other
much more. Yeah.
Yep. And another thing, if you go to their big national rally, which next year is in June in Wyoming,
Yes.
and registration is open for that now. And one of the things that I found that was a benefit, so they have all these vendors there, just like Battleborn. But they also had people that do the awnings.
Yep.
So you could go in, talk to the vendors there, then they would have techs that come out to your rig there at the site. So let's say you're mobile like we are, and we've run into this issue where we think we're pretty sure, 99% sure our awning is horrible because we can see holes through it.
Yeah, I think we're 100% sure.
We don't want to open it and then get stuck with it kind of open or falling apart on us. So we're just waiting till we can get to a point where we can have someone help us replace it.
Yeah, but they have a lot of mobile techs that come
Yep.
out there. They've got, we even saw Battleborn come out and talk to one of our neighbors who had Battleborn batteries in there. They came out and did a whole run through. So yeah, that's a great point that you bring up.
JT and DT are following up on that earworm comment.
Uh-huh.
It's a song stuck in your head. So when they were talking about the West Texas...
Oh, gotcha. Okay, makes sense.
Liz DC says, I love my Battleborn. Was a great upgrade for my little guy Max. Means I don't worry about my battery going below 50% and you can take it to 0 without hurting it.
Yeah,
So, yep,
okay.
you are exactly right with that.
Well, she's got a big old inverter in there. She had that Goal Zero 400, I think, maybe even bigger in there because she likes to run everything off of that. So for her, yeah, I can totally see that.
Now, here's something interesting. So, Garrett from Diary of a Family said, yes, lithium can be taken to 0, but they're temperature sensitive. They hate the cold. So someone like Randy from Randy's Adventures with her little guy, Max, if she put
Good point.
that in there, so the area that you're in would also affect. So thinking of how you're going to use it and where you're going to use things that might make
Good
a
point.
difference.
Thank you, Garrett.
Donna said she has a 2-region lithium ion with a 200-watt solar on the roof.
Nice.
Oh, you're set up well, Donna.
Yeah,
you're
you're
set
good.
up really well. So Howling Fun RV Adventures asks, does anyone have an Onan propane generator? We're looking at a toy hauler with one.
Yeah, there you go. We don't. We have the Onan gas, but I know the TRXs come. If you get the diesel, the TRX diesel, that comes with a propane. I think I just saw Paul chime in. Paul's a great source of information since he sells those. A lot of RVs, he's seen a lot. So maybe bounce a question if you have about that off of Paul. Paul will be able to help you.
Speaking of Paul, he said, just remember that the converter needs to be changed when you're going to lithium batteries.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
right. Yeah,
so it's not just a matter of just switching out the battery.
Yeah, and you got to make sure that your solar, like our solar charger or our solar controller on Teddy was set for lithium, and we had wet cell. So we had the wrong thing. So you even check that. Make sure your controller is set to the right setting.
And see what happens with a lot of travel trailers, like with the little guy Max, when they're shipped from the factory to the dealer. The dealers are usually the ones that will install the batteries.
Yep.
And so it's not the manufacturer's fault not having the thing changed over.
Yeah,
it's really the dealer if they haven't changed the settings.
Yeah, that too, but you've got 100, 300, 400, 500 people walking in and out of that thing while it's on the lot,
And
pushing all kinds of buttons,
too.
and they don't know what they're doing. So that could happen as well.
Yep, so always double check that when you get your rig, just to make sure, so when you're looking at the control box that you're reading the accurate
To be honest, I think the
readings.
walkthrough should have caught that, but we had a very lackadaisical walkthrough when we bought ours.
And with it being our first RV,
We just didn't know what we didn't know.
we were so overwhelmed. I think that's one of the things. Are you opening a window now?
Yeah, I'm hot now. You know, when you're
This is what I've
sick,
been living with.
when you're sick, you got these temperature swings here. So
I don't think she's going to enjoy that. She's been
well.
loving the sun.
she's getting a free ride.
Yeah, she is. Lewis said, see y'all on Friday. Need to finish a few more things and pack for New York tomorrow. Be safe, Lewis.
Cheers, Lewis.
Have
Thanks
fun
for joining
traveling.
us, man.
Wilson on Wheels, late to the show. Hello from North Carolina. And I also saw Missouri Traveler popped in as well. So
Guys,
hi,
thanks
both
for
of you.
joining us.
Donna said there's an event in January in Arizona that I'm very excited to attend. My first official RV trip with
you
my
go.
Black Pearl. That's an Escapees event.
There
I
you
forget
go.
which one it is, but you can always check Escapees and they have all their events.
Yeah,
listed
Donna,
on it.
and Escapees has, usually they'll set their camp locations up by groups. They have these things called Birds of a Feather, different clubs that are people into. So I'm sure there's one, you know, if you were into quilting or vegan or like me, metal detecting, there is Birds of a Feather for that. But they also have a group for solo travelers, and they're the most rowdy group of people. No, they're actually really cool. So you may want to check into that if you haven't already. and then you can just camp with all the solo people if you're going to be solo. It's fantastic. They look like they have a good time.
Well, and I don't know if it's with every event, but I do know that when they have their national rally, they do have a visitor day.
Yeah.
That you can just pay for that 1-day admission just to kind of check out and maybe go into the seminars. But coincidentally, the admission to it covers the cost of your annual membership. So you get a 2-for-1. You get to go in and see it, and then by default, if you want, you can fill out the paperwork and you're automatically a member, and that's covered.
Right. That's right.
But it's worth the cost. I think it's $39 a year, but it's worth the cost just with the seminars and all the access to the information that you get.
Yeah.
Deborah Cadabra said, "Is it Tabazona?" Okay, so it may not be Escapees. It may, but I'm pretty sure Escapees still has an event there. But Tabazona, I love that name.
Yeah.
That's a very cute name. She said, "No, it's an Escapee event." Yep.
Okay.
And for those who don't know, Tabazona is a thing, but it's already filled up. Donna said she tried to get in on that, but she's on a wait list at the moment.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool little teardrop type groups out there, and I imagine if it's Tabazona, you don't have to have a tab. You could have any rig and show up, just like how they normally are.
So Donna said she had the same type of walkthrough for her tab when she first got hers. Thankfully, there's YouTube and the internet and so many people out there that, plus, even if you have a great person that does a walkthrough, it's overwhelming, the amount of information that's coming at you.
What I would suggest is if you do have you don't know until you get that walkthrough how good of a walkthrough it's going to be, but I would take a video camera with you because it's kind of like cramming for a major exam, and you're not getting any of that information until the day before that exam. You're not going to hold on to it. You're going to hold on to bits and pieces. So take a video camera with you and video everything, because that way you're not getting that overload if it is a really good detailed. I think a walkthrough should take probably a good one, 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours. Ask questions. That was the other thing. I just kind of wanted to get out of there because it was in New Mexico and it was getting hot. I was like, oh, let's just go. I'll figure it out. But don't be afraid to ask questions. If you don't fully understand something, make them go back over it. That's part of what you're getting, what you're paying for when you're buying this $30,000, $40,000 rig.
My biggest thing that I wish we would have asked for more on, we had never towed before. It was our first RV, and they took care of hooking it all up because they put the weight distribution and everything on as part of the deal that they sold us. And when it came time for us to get home, unhook everything, and then take it back out again the next time, we were literally there with a manual, just going page, step-by-step instructions.
It took us a good 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And we still weren't 100% sure we had it 100% right.
I thought for sure we'd drive down the road and it would be like,
there goes Teddy, zooming right past you. But no, we got it right. But
we had it right, but what was that thing that we were doing wrong right at the beginning? Because it squeaked so bad.
I had the
sway control.
No, that's what I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
It was actually the weight distribution. I had those too tight, and you can tell if they're really tight. One, they're a bear to get on. You're just wrestling with them to get them on, but you can tell because they will squeak a lot. But weight distribution causes it to squeak anyways. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, it was really bad. So Mary's here. She took a break from cleaning.
Mary Thuma. There you go, Mary.
Yes, her next question was Billy Ears.
Yep.
And she asked for Abby kisses. But Abby's going to come over here and
that
jump
might
on
start
us and knock
World War
everything.
II here.
So Abby's going to blow kisses.
World War III, I'm sorry.
So Donna said the event in Arizona for Escapees is a boot camp.
Oh, very cool.
Which we highly recommend.
Yes.
Even if you have your RV already, we've been told by a lot of people that there is still a lot you can learn. Mm-hmm. And it's well worth going to.
Well, I don't care how long you've been doing anything. You never know everything. So I think I would do a boot camp. If we were in the area, if we didn't have to, travel too far to do it, I would do a boot camp right now. Just because there's a lot of stuff that you haven't even thought of yet.
Roy and Becky said, did you just say Escapees is only $39 a year? That's my understanding, but if anybody else knows differently, please chime in. Otherwise, I will double check as soon as the show is over, and I will put an updated thing in the show notes right after the show.
There you go.
Stacy said Billy is right behind them in the window.
Yep.
It's the sunlight is washing her out, and she's just blending in with all of that at the moment. Yep, Mary's like, oh, I see her. She just moved. Wilson on Wheels said, we've learned more about our trailer from YouTube than from the walkthrough for sure.
Yeah, of course. I was the same way. I learned so much from YouTube. It's, that's why they call it YouTube U. Anything that I've ever wanted to do, we figured out how to fix our washer and dryer on YouTube before we hit the road.
Yep.
I figured out how to do Photoshop and how to make videos through YouTube. So, YouTube is amazing.
Yeah, I totally learned how to be a master at Excel.
Yeah.
That was all through
even
YouTube.
beyond the RVing life, we learned so much about RVing through YouTube as well.
So we're kind of hooked on it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What did people do when they were RVing before YouTube?
Boy, man, that's hard-won knowledge. Sit around the campfire and talk, really.
I mean, that's part of the reason why we started doing this, because we realized, yes, there are YouTube videos out there, but sometimes we had questions that there wasn't a YouTube video on, or we didn't find it readily.
Yep.
So we figured we'll just put it out there, and usually there was somebody in the room.
Oh yeah, we've had people come by and say, oh, you're doing that wrong, or here, try this. So that's always worked out. That's one of the main reasons we started this, to learn what we didn't know, because I know we say it a lot, but it's so true. You just don't know what you don't know. And so you don't know to ask, you know, but if people are seeing you do stuff and they're like, hey, you're doing that wrong. Yeah.
So we're giving you guys out there permission. If you ever see us doing something on a video and you're like, what the heck are they doing?
Yeah,
feel free to comment and let us know, because we learn from it, definitely.
Yep.
Right, Sparky?
Yep.
Donna said, I took classes with RV driving school, and her teacher's always been available. If she has any questions, and can text him anytime.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I talked to a lady who we've bumped into her 3 times now. I saw her at the safe driving course at the Escapees event. I saw her again at Moab. We did an Escapers event in Moab for a week. I saw her there, and then we bumped into them at Hershey again. But she took that thing, and she actually took a physical course where they went. She spent 3 days, and she said it made such a difference. She said she was still nervous, but she was a lot more calm now that she had taken that course. So I think it's a fantastic course, Donna.
No, and I think they offer a quicker version of it, or a modified version of it, at the big annual gathering, the national rally. But they have certain...
That's where she took it. So you had the event where they talked about safe driving, but then you could sign up afterwards. She ended up she and her husband stayed about 2 or 3 extra days just to take that course.
So Wilson's on Wheels said, being a part of a make and model specific Facebook group has been invaluable as well.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
a very good point.
A lot of these people that are on here right now, that's where we met up with them,
on the little guy Max.
On the little guy Max forum. So you're 100% right. There were a lot of questions that you would see. That's a great point, actually. Just go on there, browse those, because there are going to be people who are new in there. There are going to be people who are not new, and there are going to be a lot of questions. So if you just go through and read those questions, chances are you're going to teach yourself how to handle a situation before it even happens. Yeah. Or if you can't, because here's another thing. The company shuts down at 5 o'clock, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you don't have any electricity. Well, you can go on there. There's somebody up on Facebook, 2 o'clock on one of those pages that will answer you. So, yeah, that's a great point.
Blue Wave said another membership type thing, a little bit different than Escapees, because Escapees is more than just like a campground type thing, but they use Passport America. Yeah. They use it a lot, and $79 a year. Yeah,
we had a Passport America thing. We never used it. It just didn't work for us, so we didn't use it. But just like with Bob, it works well for him. Yes. So what works for somebody may not work for somebody else. But yeah, I've heard great things about Passport America. We just never had the opportunity to use it.
Well, here was my fear going in when we first started. I started signing up for all these different clubs, saying, okay, we don't know how we're going to camp, and I want to have that membership, get that benefit whenever we go. And we wound up not using a lot of them. And that's why we say maybe learn your camping style first, and then really look into some of these memberships. For example, Thousand Trails. Thousand Trails has changed where you don't have to be a member now to stay at one of their parks. Or campgrounds rather. So yeah, you might pay a little bit more for the first time or second time, but if you say, okay, I like these campgrounds and these are along the routes that I normally will want to travel, then it might be worth it.
Yeah, we didn't look at Thousand Trails, and we didn't think Thousand Trails was for us. But the more that we've studied, it's starting to look like it might be a good option for us. We haven't pulled the trigger yet because we're still doing our research, but it now looks like it might be something that we're interested in.
Well, here's the thing. So we did our year in review, and we spent about $3,800 at campgrounds.
Yep.
And now we have a better idea of where we might be traveling.
Yes.
And if we look at along the route, if you have that, they have a resort upgrade. It's like an extra $200, and then it gives you access to a lot more locations. That might work. However, I know that they have some weird rules, like if you stay there for X number of days, you can't stay again for, I think, like 14 days or 7 days, something like that. So we would have to see how well, that's what we're still researching.
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to how do you travel, what things fit that the best, and also where you're going to travel.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't like being in campgrounds. I'd rather be out at BLM land, but there are just times that you need to hook up or you need to fill up, so I think the way Kerry and I want to do it is we want to average, I can't even remember what it is, but we would rather spend about 80% of our time BLM boondocking. Or not just BLM, but boondocking. So we'll have to look into that.
But Bob brought up a good point. They had Thousand Trails. They signed up, but now they feel that it's more for full-timers, which I do agree, because that was our initial impression, that you see more long-term.
Yeah.
People that are using them, but also full-timers, meaning like us. We're full-timers going around different routes, which is why we're kind of considering it. But I would like to stay at one or two of their locations first to get a good feel for it. Because if they're too closed in, I'm not going to want to stay there for a week at a time or something like that.
That's what kills me about some of these KOAs, man, is you're just right next door to everybody.
There is one in Utah.
Yeah, St. George, I think, just outside of St. George,
Yeah,
right?
just outside of St. George, or Hurricane, that area.
Hurricane, yeah.
The most crowded. I don't like it. I will not go back there. And we were in a little guy Max at the time, and I felt cramped and crowded in there. There's no way I would go there in this thing. I don't even know how people got in there. I think they've all been there because they don't know how to get out. I think that they're stuck there. Lewis and Katie said that they hope you feel better.
All right, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Boy.
But Katie is thinking of doing the driving school. Hey, maybe we can get a 2-for-1, because I'm thinking of doing the driving school too, because I am terrified.
It's
I'm
important.
terrified to get behind this.
Yeah.
This seems very
everybody on the
scary
road
to me.
Who is, if you're a couple, you should both know how to drive. So I think it's very important. I know Carrie's driven the little guy Max towed behind Betty, but she's never driven this.
I drove a TRX.
Yeah.
I'd jump behind that again in a heartbeat.
Yeah, well, you said that felt just like the truck.
It did. Let's go for it. No,
well, who knows?
A little bit out of our price range.
Yeah, but
a little bit.
Speaking about that video's doing pretty well right now. It's right up around that 2,500 view range.
Well,
and today it started hitting really hard.
It's a really nice rig.
Yeah.
And it checks off a lot of boxes. So if anybody is looking at a B+ and they want to know more information about it, let us know.
Check that video out. Yeah, one thing that's amazing about that, it's a B+ with a full dry bath.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. So yes, Mary, Russ is still fighting a cold.
Yeah, I've only been sick twice since we hit the road. Last time was back in Sedona.
Yep. He took a Dayquil about an hour right before the show, and I expect him to collapse right after.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a NyQuil afterwards and go to bed. Boy.
Susan said, Dave is burning me up. I miss being outside camping. They've got that really nice fireplace in there. Oh, my goodness. Speaking of Dave and Susan, y'all made me laugh so hard. They did their 10-question RV challenge. And one of the things that Susan said as her answer for what is a must-have on their next RV.
Oh, yeah.
And she said 961 watts of solar just so she can say she has more than Russ.
Well, that'd look crazy on the little guy Max. Like
But that's for their next RV.
You'd have to put it on the back of the truck too.
Auntie Debbie Jean is here.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Hey, from the Pacific Northwest
Yes.
area. Oh, Blue Wave Bob said, Blue Wave Odyssey said, correction, Passport America is $49 a year.
Saw him come up with that earlier.
Roy and Becky's Travel said, we started off camping with the Great Lakes Pop-Up Club.
Oh.
They taught us everything we needed to know about camping.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that one.
No, but there are so many different clubs out there, and that's a great point.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people who really want to boondock a lot join these caravans. Love them or hate them, that Bob Wells guy, he does offer a lot of good information and opportunity for people who are just starting to get in this lifestyle. If you really want to boondock, he's got caravans where you can go out with them and learn a lot too.
What was that one? Dave and Lynn Castleman, they were talking to us where it's for teardrops.
Yeah, I forget the name of it.
Adirondack Tear Up or something like that, where it's a club that meets twice a year. They have these big get-togethers. They have different locations to camp, but there's a great exchange of information for people that own similar type of rigs.
I think anytime you can get out, not even just with similar rigs, but anytime you can get out with more people, just sitting around the campfire, there's a lot of talking that goes on, and you learn a lot. You know, whether you're talking to a guy in a fifth wheel or and you're in a little teardrop. Thing is that a lot of those rigs are similar, and possibly they've been in a teardrop before too. True. Because people do bounce around in this lifestyle a lot.
So Bob said, "Get well, Russ."
I'm trying, man. I've been taking that Zycam and NyQuil and Dayquil. I know NyQuil and Dayquil just fights the symptoms.
I've given him a pass on the scruff. No, he is not trying to grow his beard
I haven't
back.
shaved just because I'm lazy right now.
Dave from Stop It Explorer said, thumbs up, people.
Yeah, much appreciated. That helps us out.
Living the Good Life RVing to everyone. Do you keep a log of campgrounds that you stay at other than on videos? Do you make a list?
So we do.
Yeah, we do. We could probably share that. I could put that up on the website. What I've done, and it's a really quick and easy way to keep track of your things. So because we were tracking our monthly expenses and things like that for our videos, on my daily calendar on my phone, whenever we go somewhere, I put all the information, and then I can just run a quick report on all of the ones that fall in under that, and I have them all color coded as well. And then also tracking different things like what you've spent on certain things. So that's a quickie. You don't need to buy any extra software. Most phones nowadays will have that calendar app. You can just track them in on there. Yeah,
if you just go on your phone and search for a diary app, that's what I did. And I'll just go into there and just put Boondocked John's, like John is Kerry's dad. So, I mean, that's an easy way to do it as well.
Stop It Explorer said, a must-have is more meetups.
Yes, I agree.
That really, it surprised me because we were so busy working before we went full-time RVing that we really didn't have a social circle in El Paso. And I wasn't really thinking so much on the friendship aspect of going full-time. I was thinking, I can work on the road. We can go see some really cool things.
Yep.
But if you watch our 1 year in review, and we were talking about some of the best things, or one of the things I was surprised at, is making friends on the road.
Yeah.
And it's now something that I really look forward to doing. And it does make the whole experience a lot more fun.
Yeah. Yeah, just when we pulled into Shipshawana, we had 4 or 5 people waiting for us as we pulled in. It makes it a little bit more nerve-wracking because you're backing into a spot and you got 6 people watching you and yelling your name and stuff. But no, it is a good feeling. It makes you feel like you're coming home.
Could you imagine if you had all those people standing there the very first time we went out outside of Roswell, Bottomless Lakes
I would have
Park?
Just left.
Can you think back now?
It was a straight back end. Took me like 15 times. But that's the thing. Nobody grew up. Nobody was born knowing how to back a trailer up. But that would have been a little bit too much. I would have said, sorry, wrong campground, and just kept on going. Because, it was. Yeah. It was straight back. Took me about 15 attempts to get in there.
And I had done my research. I did an aerial view trying to find the easiest one for us to get into. And then just by sheer luck, I will preface this with that, when I tried to attempt to drive Black Betty with Teddy behind us the very first time we were at Coleman Landing.
Yeah.
And Russ said, okay, we can practice backing up into the... I got it parked the very first time, and Russ is just sitting there shaking his head like, I'll be darned, she did it.
Yeah,
it was
but
luck.
the second time she tried, it was horrendous. But, I mean, that's just how things go. You know, you get lucky and you learn a lot. So now I'm not afraid to back. This thing is just like a car, this big Class A. It's just you can't see directly behind you. But if you have a backup camera, that's fine. And I've got backing trailers down now pretty darn good.
Paul Chamberlain, he has to go now. He said the camera's calling.
Take care, Paul.
And he hopes you get better quickly.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it.
Mary said there was a campground in Medora, North Dakota that had them packed in. We went from primitive camping to camping in Medora. What a shock. The park wasn't full at all, but they kept turning people away. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the really crammed.
No, me either.
Stacy asks, "Hey Kerry, among all the maintenance you guys did you get your swivel chair fixed?" Not yet.
Yeah, well, we were doing maintenance down on Teddy mostly. But yeah, that's going to have to come completely off. I have to figure that out.
What Stacy's talking about is the passenger chair, my chair, in the Class A. For some reason, it's just like really loose. So if
does
Russ,
a little bit of wobble.
If Russ just slightly turns a corner, I feel like the whole RV is tipped at a 45-degree angle, and it is terrifying.
Yeah, and it's different. A lot of times you would think, okay, there's just a couple of bolts that you got to tighten up. But this thing is on it's a Class A, so it can swivel all the way around and face back. So there's a shroud over the top of it. So I've got to get in there, dig that down, and see if I can figure that out.
Auntie Debbie Jean said, I keep a log of where we camp, number of nights and miles, so we keep track for maintenance on the trailer.
Yeah, smart.
Here's a tip, but it's not for trailers. It's for anybody with a motorhome or an all-in-one. If you join FMCA, their app that they have is fantastic, because if you enter in your unit model name and number, they automatically have a month-to-month maintenance guide with a little checklist and to remind you, and it breaks out all the maintenance you should do for the whole year for that rig. And so you don't even have to think about it. You just pull it up and say, oh, it's October, or it's November, we've got to do these on the rig.
Yeah, it's got little reminders on there for you.
Yeah, so that's very helpful. So if you have a motorhome, check out the FMCA app. And I don't know if you need to be have a membership with them to use it or not, but it's very helpful. So Mary said, Russ, try hot water with a teaspoon of honey from the area you are staying in. It's very soothing, and in case it's a combination between of cold and allergies. That's actually very smart. I didn't think about that.
That's smart. I've been here before, but I haven't been at this exact time of the year. So yeah. Hey, I'm willing to try anything right now to fix it. So it seems like honey is a big part of a lot of these home remedies.
That's probably why I'm not sick, because I've still been working my way through the huckleberry honey from Montana. I just have a little bit of that every day, and it's really nice. Roy and Becky's Travels said, Shipshewana, Indiana. Our house is 45 minutes southwest of there.
Well, you should have come out. We had a big event where a lot of people that were inside this room right now were there. But,
well, I know we'll be back through there. One, Patty and Patrick don't live very far from there. And two, Russ wants to go to the Blue Gate Inn again, and he fell in love with the
Amish food. Oh, my goodness. The roast beef they had, or pot roast they had at the Blue Gate. I'm going back to that place. When we were driving back through Pennsylvania, I was like, hey, do we have to go up into Indiana? Can we go up through Indiana? Because I would have gone there just to go to the Blue Gate Inn.
Oh, and I'm upset because I didn't even see the pot roast there. I had the chicken. It was very good.
All the way down on the end.
But the fact that you wanted to go back just for the pot roast.
You know me, I wanted to drive 100 miles from Elephant Butte to Deming to get Forget About It's Pizza.
He did.
Speaking about that, if you
he wanted to, but I wouldn't let him.
Yeah, if you guys are going through Deming, New Mexico, go to City of Rocks. It's a beautiful state park there, but
it's 18 miles north of the I-10.
Yep, but in Deming they've got Forget About It, and Forget About It has some amazing pizza. Best pizza we've had on the road, bar none. Okay,
and I will say from that City of Rocks area, there are some hot springs in the area. I got really excited about this because just before the state park,
you don't want to go
there. I saw
there.
a sign that had this hot springs campground. Don't bypass it. It doesn't look very good at all.
Yeah.
I would just keep on moving. I heard a little bit north of there is they have some nicer ones to check out. So don't make your plans without checking it out first to see if that's something that you would like.
Yeah, there's a lot of great hot springs ones down by in TRC. So if you want to go to some good ones, TRC is where you want to go for that.
So we have, Mary said, sorry, Russ, we were one of those watching you back in. Most people do not judge as they feel your pain.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It's just I couldn't see. I forget. I had 3 people backing me in. I had Kerry, I had Chris, and I had somebody else, I think Randy, and I was getting conflicting information. All of them were telling me to do different things. So, yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Here's what I've learned, at least with Russ in the future, is he doesn't listen to anything I say. The only thing he's looking to me for is for me to yell, you're going to hit something.
Yep. I know.
If I tell him to go left or right, he doesn't listen to any of that.
That's because I know where I'm going better than you do. And you're there to make sure I don't hit anything. If you yell stop, I'm going to stop. But if you say left or right, no, I've got it in my mind. It's probably easier if I just listen to you, but no, yeah, you're 100% right.
Okay, Miss Donna Delahanty has started singing Happy Trails.
All right, guys, and I think you're caught up. You did a fantastic job of staying caught up. We are going to sign off today, everybody. I'm going to take some NyQuil.
But Mary said no.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. I'm not feeling well. I'm going to take some NyQuil and go to bed, I think.
Yeah, I think so, too.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We had a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you again live Friday.
All right, and don't forget to tune in Wednesday for our What's Up Wednesday segments.
All right, guys.
Talk
Bye-bye.
to you later. Bye.